All right, shalom, shalom. This the brother Kashab coming back at you with another lesson. Now, before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me the truth rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations be to the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel. And may you endure to the end, Lord willing. All right, and I just wanted to go into there'll be more information than precepts, but I just wanted to go into some history. All right, some information on basically the as you can see, it says the true scale of modern nuclear weapons. All right, and I was going to go back into the times that these things were actually created, all right, through these different German scientists, all right, through something called Operation Paperclip, all right, something else known as the Manhattan Project. All right, and this something that sparked my thoughts to actually go and do some digging. All right, in which I have before, but just going into a little bit deeper, because I was listening to the apostles speaking, all right, they're street speaking. And a lot of jewels, a lot of names, all right, often get dropped. And, something you definitely should do is write down names, all right, take notes and do your own research on certain initiatives, man, all right? Now, this video here that I have in front of the screen is something, I watched maybe a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to do a lesson on it. But, through the Spirit, the Lord allowed the apostles to go into some information, and I'm going to just use some of that information and to relate these things until now, right? Now, I'll let this play for a little bit.
Attention, we are now at DEFCON 1, security lockdown.
Russian nukes in space.
The country recently tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile.
Hypersonic missiles and aircraft could be the future of warfare.
Right, in which it said hypersonic missile and aircraft could be the future of warfare, right? Let me get a quick scripture. This is the book Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood." All right, because in the ancient times, right, you would have swords, shields colliding, all right, men yelling, all right, spears, hitting. It's a confused noise, man, all right? Even with the First World War, all right, the Second World War, all right, you have men, actually getting in the trenches, all right, which we know as trench warfare, all right, shooting, forgot the particular name of the gun, escapes me, but, the gun that's mounted, all right, and, actually getting in there, man, all right, actually seeing men next to them die, all right, being put to death, okay, and that's another form of a confused noise, man, all right, you just hear bullets flying, grenades exploding, right? But we know that this last war, all right, of World War III, it says, "But this shall be with burning in a field of fire," right? Because ultimately the guns, all right, the tanks, all right, the pocket rockets, all right, grenades, and these different things are going to get put down, all right? And we know ultimately that the nuclear missiles will begin to be shot, all right? And I'm going to have to skip around a good bit on this video.
One of the most powerful nuclear weapons in the world
all 18
is the
minutes
B-83 nuclear bomb, the heavyweight of the US arsenal. Weighing about 2,400 pounds or 1,100 kilograms and stretching 12 feet or 3.7 meters in length with a diameter of 18 inches or 46 centimeters, it's roughly the size of a small car. But within this imposing frame lies a force of unimaginable destruction. The B-83 is a gravity bomb, meaning it's dropped from an aircraft and relies solely on gravity to reach its target. No rockets or propulsion systems, just a free-falling descent. This might sound simple, but the devastation it can unleash is anything but. Carried by strategic bombers like the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber and the B-52 Stratofortress, the B-83 can be delivered deep into enemy territory. With a blast yield of up to 1.2 megatons of TNT, the B-83 is approximately 80 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, which had a yield of about 15 kilotons.
Right, and this says about 15 times more powerful than which was a fat man, a little boy. All right, and if you see the comments popping up, some Jakes have jokes, and some people are serious, right? But I just wanted to tap in to this whole Operation Paperclip thing. All right, which it says right, Operation Paperclip was a secret U.S. intelligence program in which more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians were taken from former Nazi Germany to the U.S. government. All right, and I thought I clicked on it already, for employment after the end of World War II in Europe between 1945 and 59. Several were confirmed to be former members of the Nazi Party. All right, and one thing about it is that these it says German scientists, right, in which the scriptures talk about will not the Lord destroy the wise men out of Teman, all right, Teman, which goes into the wise men of Esau, right? Those who have the intelligence, those who are actually quote unquote smart, man. All right, those who actually can understand how to split atoms, all right, how to break certain things down, all right, in order to create destruction, you see. And which we're gonna go into this guy Robert J. Oppenheimer as well, all right. But it says right, and I just brought this up to show that this was over 1,600 German scientists, right? So when you have a multiple scientists, quote unquote, these wise men that put their heads together, what are they doing? All right, creating weapons of mass destruction. All right, like your boy Bush like to say, right? And it tells you, it tells you, right, the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff officially established Operation Overcast and Paperclip on July 20 with dual aims of leveraging German expertise for the ongoing war effort against Japan and to bolster U.S. post-war military research. All right. Now, just skipping around. All right. Lord willing, I'll leave this in the description box. All right, because we're not going to get through it all. I don't have that much time. So it says the JIOA, all right, was largely actioned by special agents of the CIC. Many selected scientists were involved in a Nazi rocket program, aviation, or chemical/biological warfare. All right, and we know what chemical biological warfare is, man. All right, so it says it was a specific point that I wanted to get to. Maybe it's in the other article, Salakia, right? So when you go into this guy, Robert J. Oppenheimer, who we always, quote, which is, he says, I become destroyer of worlds, man, right? Let me get it real quick. All right, because it's directly, the Spirit of the Lord, on the left-hand side was directly upon him, when he said this, man. Right. It says, see the AI overview. It says, J. Robert Oppenheimer is famously credited with saying, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," after witnessing the first atomic bomb detonation in 1945. All right, the head of the Los Alamos laboratory during World War II was architect of the atomic bomb. He recalled thinking of the line from Gavad Gitter while watching Trinity test in New Mexico in 1945. The line is a paraphrase of the verse. However, some say whatever, right? I just wanted to get that, right? He says, now become death, the destroyer of worlds, all right? Now, I was, where was I? Right? So this says, and I just want you to pay attention to the time frame, all right? From the same time, okay, they say post-World War III, all right, around 47 or 45, that they started this whole Operation Paperclip thing. But when you look at the time period of this, all right, this guy was in charge along with another guy by the name of Leslie Groves, all right, was in charge of something called the Manhattan Project, right? And it says he was who served American theoretical physicist who served as director of the Manhattan Project, all right, that same Los Alamos laboratory during World War II. He's often called the father of the atomic bomb for his role in overseeing the development of the first nuclear weapons, all right? So this is what, this guy's responsible for, all right? The atomic bomb, all right, giving the blueprint to how to create nuclear weapons, man, all right, which is why he said, hey, I've become death, the destroyer of worlds, man, all right, because these missiles will be used, all right, to destroy this world, all right, this aeon, all right, which goes in just the, I believe it's the Greek word for age, okay, which is this going to be the end of Esau's age, man, all right, the end of Esau's world, all right. Now it says, right, it says in 42, Oppenheimer was recruited to work on the Manhattan Project, and in 43 was appointed director of the Los Alamos Laboratory in New Mexico, tasked with developing the first nuclear weapons. His leadership and scientific expertise were instrumental in the project's success, all right? He was one of the front runners, all right? One of the main guys putting, his thoughts, all right? His, formulas, and different things together, all right, in order to be successful in creating this type of technology, man, all right? Now it says, he was present at the first test of the atomic bomb Trinity in August 1945. On July 16, 1945, he was present at the first test of the atomic bomb. So the next month, basically, it says the weapons were used against Japan in the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which we know is Fat Man and Little Boy, right? Pursuing the Revelation, the 13th chapter. It says to date, the only use of nuclear weapons in an armed conflict, all right? And we seen, which I should have pulled up, some of the after effects of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, to even show, what the atomic bomb, the hydrogen bomb can do, man, right? Because even you go into the nuclear fission, hey, man, there's so much science that goes into these things detonating, all right? These things are not even needing, I believe, is oxygen. It's so much, things that goes into it, right? And it's kind of, get excited, but you get thrown off track. But this is ultimately the power of the Lord, man, all right? To have put the spirit on these people to create this type of thing, all right? But it says, I believe that was pretty much it, right? This is the Manhattan Project, all right, where it goes and talks about him and the guy Groves, Leslie Groves, all right. But you even had other that's a picture of him here. So you even have other people such as Abraham, Esau, and different guys that had all played roles in creating what? The destroyer of worlds, man. All right, these nuclear missiles, and this is what truly, all right, the technology that we see today, all right. This is a glimpse at the work that was created damn near 100 years ago, all right, which we're going on with 80 between 80 and 75, 80 years, all right. So we can imagine how much more this technology has grown, all right? Not technology, with the so-called quote-unquote science has grown, all right, with the new technology, all right?
To put that into perspective, imagine the explosive energy of 1.2 million tons of TNT detonating
And that's
in a
why I say
single...
you pay attention to the comments that pop up. It says I'm more terrified of what they're not telling us about. You see? Hey, man.
moment. But the B-83 isn't just about raw power. It's designed to penetrate underground bunkers, burrowing into the earth before detonating. As for how many of these weapons exist, while exact number...
And another point was, you know, these things penetrate these underground bunkers. You see? So, hey, man, it ain't gonna be no escape from these missiles, man. You know? The Elder go into it all the time, putting 1,400-mile craters into the ground, man. All right? You can't hide from these missiles, man. You know?
There's 100 B-83 bombs in active service.
So they got
this number has
200 of
decreased
those,
over the
right?
years. China. Imagine a single one detonated as an airburst over Beijing, China. The immediate fireball would engulf an area over 4 square kilometers or 1.5 square miles, vaporizing everything within its radius. Buildings would collapse within a 7.5 kilometer or 4.6 mile radius due to the intense blast pressure, flattening much of the city center. Windows would shatter up to 21 kilometers or 13 miles away, sending glass shards flying and causing injuries even in distant neighborhoods. The thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to anyone within 13 kilometers or 8 miles, covering an area of over 500 square kilometers or over 2, and that's just from a single B-83 bomb.
So that's just from one of those bombs that the U.S. could use to drop, right? In which they say they have 200, but, you know, they probably have way more than that. You know, we don't know, all right? But at the end of the day, you see the damage that, the damage toll that this thing can do, man, you know? I'm gonna skip up a little bit. I think it was showing a plane of how many they can carry, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, but, you know, I'm gonna just skip up a little bit. So we got another one.
Unlike gravity bombs like the B-83, the Trident II is a submarine-launched ballistic missile, or
Right,
SL.
and that's the spirit. You know, I was just watching that movie, Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington. All right, and you know how they was on a nuclear submarine and how they almost launched, you know, all the process, the codes, and how everything has to be confirmed, you know, before they launch a missile, because they know once this thing, you know, something he said throughout the movie, you know, he'll say, "God help us all if this missile gets launched," you know, because, hey, man, people, you got to understand that once that first nuke hit, hey, man, it's gonna be all out nuclear holocaust, all right, which, you know, he mentioned in the movie as well. You know, if brothers get time, you know, definitely go check that out, man. Crimson Tide, all right. But let me keep going.
And stretching 13.5 meters or 44 feet in length. It's a
Look how big
three-stage solid
these
fuel
goddamn
rocket
missiles is, man.
capable of traveling over 12,000 kilometers or 7,500 miles, hidden deep beneath the ocean's surface. What truly sets the Trident II apart is its use of multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs. Each missile can carry up to 8 nuclear warheads, typically the...
And that's another thing, all right? The bigger these missiles are, the more warheads that they can carry inside, man, all right?
W-88, each with a yield of 475 kilotons. That's about 30 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb for each warhead. This means a single Trident II missile can deliver devastating blows to multiple targets across a wide area, effectively multiplying its destructive capability. The missile's guidance system is highly advanced. A single Trident II missile launched toward Moscow, with all 8 warheads targeting the same area for maximum effect. The combined explosive yield would be approximately 3.8 megatons of TNT. Upon detonation as an airburst, The immediate fireball would engulf an area over 10 square kilometers, or close to 4 square miles, vaporizing everything within its radius. Buildings would be obliterated within an 11-kilometer or close to 7-mile radius, flattening much of the city center. Thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to anyone within 22 kilometers, or close to 14 miles from ground zero, covering an area of over 1,500 square kilometers or 580.
You can see the devastation, all right, what the death toll would be, all right? That's just from one missile, man, all right? The destroyer of worlds, you see? Talking about countries and cities being eviscerated in a matter of seconds, man, minutes, all right? It's just showing how many they have.
Trident II missiles. That adds up to 280 Trident II missiles lurking in the depths of the oceans.
So they got over 300
with each missile
of these,
carrying up to 8
on submarines, man, right? I believe it's going into China.
At number 3 is China's DF-5 intercontinental ballistic missile, specifically the DF-5C variant. This missile is a true giant.
Right, and that's just the U.S., all right? From what they say, all right, China and Russia have surpassed the U.S. with the creating the nukes, all right, and the devastation, okay? So, you know, we truly don't know what, you know, maybe the U.S. might have something greater than both of them. We don't know, all right? But, you know, just taking a dive into the history of how these things were created and comparing them to where they are now, hey, man, Lord willing, you know, we be on chariots, man, because this is a fearful thing, you know. The devastation, you know, that's going to be left here, especially on the shores of America, man, you know.
Standing over 106 feet tall and allowing them to carry up to 12 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of 1 megaton of TNT. To understand the scale, remember that the Hiroshima bomb was just 15 kilotons of TNT, so each warhead on the DF-5 is about 66 times more powerful. If all 12 warheads were directed at the same target area, the combined explosive power would be a staggering 12 megatons. That's 800 times more.
You can see how small the Hiroshima bomb is compared to the DF-5C, man, all right? The blast radius, all right? The power, the megatons in the missile, right? How many nuclear warheads it is, man. All right. When the scriptures say this place talk about being overkill, hey, man, it means it. All right. 200 million. Okay.
Powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, in the same area.
You see the bombs, and then you just see the flash, you know, because these things are so much faster than the speed of sound, man, you know.
The fireball would engulf an area with a radius greater than 3 kilometers or 2 miles, effectively vaporizing everything in that zone. The blast would cause most residential buildings to collapse within a 16-kilometer or close to 10-mile radius. And third-degree burns could affect people up to 35 kilometers or close to 22 miles away. The human cost would be unimaginable. Estimated fatalities could exceed 1 million, with over 1.8 million more injured. What's even more alarming is that this level of destruction comes from just one DF-5 missile. China is believed to have around 20 to 30 DF-5 missiles in its arsenal.
I said believed to have, so they maybe have more than that, you know. Which is going to go into
1,000 kilograms, which is close to 500,000 pounds.
How much bigger their missiles are, man. You know, it's crazy.
Or close to 10,000 miles. This means it can reach targets virtually anywhere in the world from launch sites within Russia. What makes the Satan missile particularly fearsome is its payload capacity. It can carry up to 10 MIRVs, each armed with a nuclear warhead ranging up to 1 megaton of TNT. This means a single missile can unleash a total explosive yield of up to 10 megatons of TNT, about 666 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. a fitting figure for the Satan missile. Some
And
variant
as it get closer to the last one, you see the blast radius, the mushroom clouds the scriptures talk about. It's they say the heavens roll together as a scroll. Look at it, man. It's just it's crazy, you know, compared to what it once
56
was.
times more
At Hiroshima, you can't even see the Hiroshima one anymore. You know, this is how far the technology has come, you know.
powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. That's over 1,300 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb, designed to obliterate hardened targets like missile silos and command bunkers. Now imagine if a single R-36 missile were to detonate over San Francisco with a single 15-megaton warhead. The immediate fireball would engulf an area over 30 square kilometers or 12 square miles, vaporizing everything within a 3-kilometer or close to a 2-mile radius. Buildings would be flattened within a 17-kilometer or over 10-mile radius, decimating much of the Bay Area. Thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to people up to 40 kilometers or over 24 miles away, covering an area of nearly 4,800 square kilometers or 1,850 square miles. The human toll would be catastrophic. Estimated fatalities could exceed 1 million, with over 1.3 million more injured. Oda missiles. Potential. Russian RS-28 Sarmat missile, ominously nicknamed the Satan II. This intercontinental ballistic missile represents the pinnacle of modern nuclear weaponry, developed to replace the aging R-36M Satan missiles. The RS-28 Sarmat is designed to evade missile defense systems and deliver...
And that's a good point by the comment too. It says, now imagine an earthquake. Hey man, these things are going to cause earthquakes too. You see? Hey man, it said in Isaiah, I believe the 24th chapter, that the earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard. All right? Because it's just going to be constantly... It's going to be a time period of just missiles just landing. Boom, 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 boom. All right? Because the U.S. is going to get their rocks off too, man. All right? Through what we know as Operation MADS. All right? A mutually assured destruction. You see? So when nukes penetrate here, they're automatically going to launch nukes all from with submarines, you know, whatever it may be, you know. We know they're going to get their rocks off too, you know.
Massive payloads across the globe. The Sarmat is a 3-stage liquid-fueled missile that weighs over 208 tons and measures over 35 meters, or about 116 feet in length. It's capable of carrying a variety of warhead configurations, including up to 10 heavy MIRVs or 15 lighter ones, along with advanced countermeasures to bypass missile defenses. Its range exceeds 18,000 kilometers, or over 11,000 miles, allowing it to reach targets anywhere on Earth. One of the most concerning features of the RS-28 is its ability to utilize a fractional orbital bombardment system, or FOBS. This means the missile can enter a low Earth orbit and approach targets from any direction, including over the South Pole, effectively bypassing traditional early warning systems that are oriented toward the north.
Yeah, look at the blast radius from that one.
Ever
Or a
detonated.
mushroom cloud from that one.
While such a massive yield is more hypothetical and not practical for modern military use,
Crazy.
imagining its potential impact is sobering. Consider a scenario where a 50-megaton warhead is detonated over New York City. The immediate fireball would engulf an area with a radius of over 5 kilometers or over 3 miles, vaporizing everything within 83 square kilometers or 32 square miles. The intense blast wave would cause heavy destruction up to 26 kilometers or 16 miles away, leveling buildings and structures in more than 2,000 square kilometers or close to 800 square miles and 200 square miles, just from a single RS-28
7
Sarmat
million
missile.
gone. You see? So you know, that was pretty much it, man. You know, I ended off with Spirit just hit me with this one. So I say, Lord willing, you know, we be on the chariots, man. All right, it's Revelation 15 verse 2, and I saw as if it was a sea of glass mingled with fire. All right, watching the destruction. All right, because it's that picture is literally going to be worse than this. All right, it's going to look worse than this. Okay, this is just a small depiction, all right, of what, you know, we can't see, you know, but hey, it's going to be worse than this, which is why the scripture say, I saw as if it was a sea of glass mingled with fire. All right, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. All right, because it's a victory that's already written, all right, for the elect, man. All right, those who are predestined for salvation. Okay, so I say, Adawan Ratazah, you know, we endure it to the end. Okay, but that was pretty much it, man. You know, and Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, and let me give all praise, glory, and infinite honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. And to the next time, I say shalom.